SCP-768. Object Class: Safe. Special Containment Procedures: SCP-768 is stored without batteries in a standard safe class secure locker at site. Access to SCP-768 requires approval from at least one Level 3 senior researcher, and site security must be notified of any experiments to be performed on SCP-768 at least 24 hours in advance. Any experimentation using SCP-768 must be performed in a remote isolation chamber at least 300 m away from any critical alarm systems. Researchers experimenting on SCP-768 must not bring any devices with alert mechanisms or alarms into the testing area, and researchers with personal medical alarm systems must not be allowed into the area while experimentation is underway. Ttt Description: SCP-768 is a Seiko-Brown travel alarm clock that is physically identical to a regular unit of its model in all regards. Its anomalous property is activated when the alarm feature of the clock is set and the alarm activates. Instead of emitting a beeping alarm as in normal units of its model, it instead causes all alarms and alerts within 300 m to trigger. How SCP-768 accomplishes this is currently unknown, as disassembling SCP-768 and analyzing its components has revealed no irregularities or anomalous materials. Experimentation has shown that the types of alarm systems SCP-768 is capable of remotely triggering includes but is not limited to, alarm clocks of all kinds, whether analog or digital, phone alerts and ringing for both mobile and hardline telephones, car alarms, medical monitoring systems, fire and disaster alarms, computer hardware alerts, including beep codes and emergency shutdown actions, computer software alerts, including virus and critical update alarms, SCP containment alarms. See Addendum 768-1. SCP-768 will cause any automated responses to such alarms to trigger, but does not appear to cause what might normally trigger these alarms to occur. A phone ringing due to SCP-768 activating may cause an answering machine to start, but nothing will be recorded as no connection is made. SCP-768 came to the Foundation's attention after routine monitoring of municipal incident reports turned up a case in city, in which hundreds of fire and car alarms were set off simultaneously in a residential area. Investigation led to the discovery of SCP-768 in the possession of a MR. Subject claimed to have bought the clock from an online shop, which recommended the clock as being fit to wake the dead. Subject passed a polygraph test, but agents failed to locate the shop in question. An MR was released after being administered a Class A amnestic and given a replacement clock of similar make and model. Research on SCP-768 to determine its method of operation and possible applications have been approved. Addendum 768-1. Incident Report 768-01. Initial experimentation conducted with SCP-768 caused the triggering of multiple containment breach alarms at site, including that of Euclid-level SCP, SCP, and Keter-level SCP. Automated defense systems and self-destruct mechanisms were armed before the research team managed to alert site security and stop the response. Due to the potential for triggering emergency responses, future research with SCP-768's effects must take place outside of the range of any alarm systems connected to critical systems or SCP containment alarms. Addendum 768-2. Incident Report 768-05. During experimentation on Dr. S. heart monitor was set to an alarm state by SCP-768, causing his pacemaker to increase his pulse rate to nearly 3 times his normal rate. Dr. was hospitalized but fully recovered after the incident. Future experimentation must be performed by research staff without pacemakers or personal medical alert systems.